Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from.
What's the goddamn deal, people? It is your boy, Marley Betts, back in the building again with another live video from Brothers and Betts, NFL edition. And when I'm doing NFL, I got the homie with me, Mikey, Hova, a.k.a. the Reaper. Hova, what's going down, dog?
Shit, nothing much. Hope everybody enjoying their holidays. Safe travels.
Yeah, that Amarian out there getting boys. Our boys be safe out there.
Everybody finna. I'm gonna tell you right now. Everybody finna catch that shit. We all gonna catch it.
Do touch. They got there touching everybody. Touch.
we gonna catch it. Y'all, vaccinated or not, we all gonna catch it. We gonna catch that.
Touch. Touch. That nigga Mario out here touching everybody. Clipper. Clipper, what it do? What's going down, fam? I don't think I seen that boy Clipper in a minute. What's the goddamn deal? So it's the NFL show. Bust down these Sunday games. We don't have a Thursday night game, as you know. I think they normally do this every year. Once we get to like the end of the season, they cut the Thursday games and we start having the Saturday games and Saturday playoff games and whatnot. So, last week we had a rough week. Me and Mikey Hova did. I had a rougher week. Mikey had an okay week. He didn't really do bad, but by our standards we set for ourselves, I like to think we want to do better than that, especially me, my goddamn self. Who lost from Packers didn't cover for me. I missed some totals. I missed the Minnesota under with the Rams. Mikey had that total as well. And I just missed covers. My teams won, but they didn't cover for me. But these are overall records. I'm 71-64. Mikey Hova is 33-23. He's 10 games over. Like I always say, NFL is the hardest sport to cap. This is my worst of them all. But I will be 20 games up, like my goal is in every sport that we give you guys. So I'm only 7 games right now. 13 to go, and the playoffs is coming in strong. Mikey, let's jump right into it. The first game, which I think is a very interesting game on the docket, is we got the Tua-led Dolphins. What are they? 8-game winning streak? 7-game winning streak?
Like I think seven.
7 started 0-7. Now they're 8-7. Because they're 8. Oh no, 7-7. No, they're
started 1-7.
What is 7? Okay, I thought they lost like 7 straight, and then now they on the 7-game win streak.
So they probably won the first game, lost 7 straight, and then won 7 straight.
Right. All right.
I was reading about it. They were saying they was like the first team in history to lose 7 and win 7.
Right.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So
something along those lines. So we got that being said, we got the Dolphins. They're going on the road to take on the Titans. The line is at 3.5. The Titans are at home -3.5. The total is at 40. Just jump into the injury report. That is going to be huge, guys, throughout this whole week. COVID is sweeping over all sports across the landscape, so we got to keep our eyes on that. Speaking of the tackle, Jenkins, he has COVID, so he is questionable. The other defensive tackle, this is for Miami, Jenkins, the tackle for Miami, defensive tackle, COVID. The other tackle, Butler, he also has COVID. Wide receiver Williams, he has COVID. He's questionable. The safety, Jones, he is questionable. He also has COVID. So those as your COVID injury report. I don't know. I know they changed the COVID rules about how long guys have to stand out. Now it's actually a shorter period of time. So I think it went from like 10 days to like 5 days. So some of those guys may have a chance to play. It kind of just depends on when they tested positive and when they didn't. I would definitely check the injury report, Twitter accounts before you make a bet Sunday on these games, because this is what's today, Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's 4 days. A lot of shit can change between here and there. Tennessee, on the other hand, the linebacker, Brown, he has COVID. Stafford, the guard, he's been upgraded to probable. He just has a shoulder injury. D Long Jr., the linebacker, questionable. He has a hamstring injury. Kemp, the tackle, Murchison, excuse me, the defensive tackle, he's questionable. And he's actually injured with the knee. So that's all. The only COVID I saw is Brown, the linebacker. Everybody else is just your average old injury report. All right. Actual factuals. Miami, we just talked about it. They're 6-1 ATS in their last 7 games, 7-0 straight up in their last 7 games, and 5-2 ATS in their last 7 games against Tennessee. 11-5 straight up in their last 16, 5-0 straight up in their last 5, and 4-1 straight up in the last 5 against an opponent from the AFC. Meanwhile, the total has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games when playing on the road against Tennessee, but under in 4 of their last 5 games, and under in 6 of their last 8 games. Excuse me. Tennessee, they're 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games, 8-3 straight up in their last 11 games, but 6-1 straight up in their last 7 games at home. The total has gone under in 5 of their last 7 games, but over in 4 of the last 5 games against Miami when at home, and under in the last 5 games. Mikey, Hova, the Dolphins on the road in Tennessee, who's been struggling as of late, but they came away with the victory last week against the 49ers.
Dolphins, I lost that bet.
I took that hoe.
Yeah, so I know. That was a big win for Tennessee.
They needed it.
Yeah, they really needed that. And of course the Dolphins they took care of business. I think this type of game right here. If you like watching defensive battles, I think this is that game. We're talking about some of the top defenses in the league. Both of them are real stingy. And if you look at it, I mean, it really makes sense because the Titans aren't really that explosive offensively. The Dolphins are not really that explosive offensively. But they do get stops and they do get off the field. You know, if you look at the quarterback matchup, I mean, we're not talking about no flashy quarterbacks. You know, these guys they're good at what they do as far as being game managers, which that's fine because majority of quarterbacks on this level are game managers. So
it's only like 5 elite quarterbacks.
Yeah, so I don't want people, because when I say game manager, I don't want people to think, oh, well, what are you saying? Like they're not good.
Nothing wrong with being a game manager.
Nothing wrong with being a game manager at all. So my prediction for this game is I'm gonna say take the total and take the under 40. I think it started out at 41. Maybe I see it's 40. Take the under. It's gonna be a grinded out game. Both teams are gonna try to establish the run, but both teams can actually stop the run. So we'll see how it goes. Under. That's my official play.
The who? The under?
The under.
Under 40?
Yeah.
Got you. What's going down, Stormer? It seems like every time I talk to Stormer, she at work. You right. You always at work, though. You have to figure out your time frame. Mikey got under 40. That boy Clipper say he put 2K on the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl week 8. We're gonna talk about the Cowboys, so we'll talk about that. I'm hold that thought. Yeah. When we talk about the Cowboys, we look because I got that on there. That's not a bad. I'll wait till we talk about that. All right, so this game, right? Dolphins and Titans. Look, I personally, yes, I took the Titans last week, but that was a spot play for me personally. They were at the crib. 49ers was coming off a loss. Coming off a loss. It was hot. It was really more of a matchup play for me. That being said, I'm not a believer in Tannehill. I agree with you. Both of these teams kind of play solid defense. It's kind of like a wash, almost in my opinion. But I'm gonna take one of the coach's philosophies here. I'm gonna take the team that's hot versus the team that's not. Before that, Tennessee has only won 2 out of their last 5. Now, don't get me wrong; they're 6-2 at home, so that's where their wins come from. They feed off that crowd, and the Dolphins during their 5-game win streak, don't get me wrong, they ain't really played nobody. It's nothing to harp on with 7-game win streak, but in their last 5 games, they beat the Saints with no quarterback, the Jets, the Giants, the Panthers, and then the Jets again. So I'm not going to get too hyped up about them neither. But if you go give me 3.5 points, because either way this game goes, I think it's going to be a tight ball game. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is going to be one of those one team is going to blow out the other. This is going to be a low scoring defensive game. I'm not sure who walks away. To me, this is one of those games, we're going to win in the last minute fourth quarter field goal and try to get the stop on the back end, or we're going to drive last minute and kick a field goal to win the game. This is not going to be a blowout game. So if you're going to give me 3.5 to one of the hottest teams in football, I surely will take it. In the Dolphins defense, like I said, they haven't really played anybody, but defense has been balling, considering you can't do nothing but play the teams that's on your schedule. At the end of the day, they're both giving up 21 points a game. However, I'm call me crazy, Mikey, but I think I trust Tua a little bit more than I trust Tannehill. I don't know why yet, though, because Tannehill is the vet. He got the experience. He's been there, done that. I think he has the better weapons, but his weapons are banged up. So I just don't see the Titans taking off against this Dolphin team. I think the Dolphins are – so both of these teams are playing for the wild card, in my opinion, because I think the Colts are going to wrap up this division with the Titans, but that's going to be tricky. We'll talk about the Colts next. I got some stuff to say about that. But for me personally, I'm going to take the Dolphins plus the 3.5. I just think it's going to be a very tight game. I think the Dolphins keep that streak alive, honestly, because I feel like the Titans are in free fall. I know they won last week, but it still feel like they're going in the wrong direction, in my opinion. Love Vrabel, though. I just don't think Tannehill's the guy. So not sure if Tua's the guy to go saying that. Storm, I see you can't go wrong with Florida teams. At least not this month with the Dolphins, because if you've been backing their ass, they've been cashing. Yes, I did see them Bucks. They got trouble. Because they're injured, but I think they'll be all right ultimately because they'll get Mike Evans should be back for the playoffs. Then by the time they get because I think they'll win the first round, but then when they match up with the Packers or the Cowboys that following week, that's going to be a tough and interesting game.
Or the who?
The Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to finish in the top 3 because of their division and their record already. It's only 2 games left. One of those games they play, I think, Philly or Washington. So
there ain't going to be no trouble when they match up with the Cowboys.
Oh, well, I like the Cowboys defense. They're a good team, Mikey. They're not a bullshit team. I know that's your favorite, your favorite squad. AB is going to be big. Yes. Hey, if AB, that's the key right there. They brought AB back because losing Godwin was major in my opinion. He do a lot of.
Add that to open mic. Add the Cowboys to open mic.
Yeah, we'll cowboy that thing open mic. All right, let's keep it moving. We don't got that many games anyway, so we can jump to it in the quick. You know what? Let's segue. Hey, we talking about it? Fuck it. Let's do it. We already here. Cardinals, they're going on the road to take on those Cowboys that we've been talking about. The line is at the Cowboys minus 5.5. The total is at a high 51.5. Let's look into the injury and COVID report real quick, see what I can give y'all on that aspect. And man, the Cardinals are doing what the Cardinals done every year with Cliff Kingsbury. I'm starting to wonder if he is really the guy. I can't find my notes.
I mean, shit, he haven't been there that long.
Yeah, but every year. So the knock is, that's why I'm just wondering. It's just a question I'm proposing. The knock is that his teams flame out, or at least he's been in the league. They always start good and then flame out toward the back end of the season, which is exactly what happened. But we'll talk about it. All right, injury list, Arizona Cardinals, the COVID list first. I'll do COVID first and then back door and do the injuries. So COVID, we got the center, Hudson, COVID-19. He's probable for the game right now. And also on the COVID list, the running back Ward, he's out indefinitely. Now we go to injuries. Moore, he got hurt a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. He's questionable, his ankle against Dallas. We got running back Connor. He's been on the injury report for a while. He's questionable with a heel injury. Phillips, the defensive tackle, he's questionable with a knee injury, and Watt has been. Oh no, excuse me, Hudson with COVID. I said that already. He's been upgraded to probable. All right, on the Dallas side of things, we got COVID issues, which I don't think Dallas has any. No, they don't have any COVID issues. The cornerback, Mukamu, I'm probably murdering that. Sure I am. Cornerback, he's questionable due to an illness. Anytime I hear illness, I'll be like, what the fuck, COVID? But other than that, we got Brown, the receiver. He's out with a groin injury. And then Smith, the tackle, he's been in and out of the lineup. He's questionable. And that is all on the Dallas side of things. Let's look at these actual factuals. The Cardinals, they're 2-4 ATS in the last 6, 10-5 straight up in the last 15, and 5-1 ATS in their last 6 against Dallas. 5-1 straight up in their last 6 against Dallas. 7-1 ATS in their last 8 games on the road. But they're 3-14 straight up in their last 17 games when playing on the road against Dallas. 2-4 straight up in their last 6. The totals have gone over in 4 of their last 6 against an opponent from the NFC conference. And that is all of those factuals. Dallas, they're 12-3 ATS in their last 15. 4-1 straight up in their last 5. 14-3 straight up in their last 17 when playing at home against Arizona. 4-1 ATS in their last 5. 10-0 ATS in their last 10 games against an opponent from the NFC conference. Their totals, 5 of the last 7 have gone over against an opponent from the NFC West. 8 of the last 10 have gone over at home, but 7 of the last 9 have gone under. Mikey, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals on the road to take on the Dallas Cowboys, -5.5. What you got?
Man, really? This is the odds makers getting out of line, overreacting because the Cowboys beat up on a horrible Washington team. And when I say horrible, what I mean by that is they were missing so many players, especially on the defensive end. So this is an overreaction. Anytime that you get a quality team against the Cowboys, especially when that team is an underdog, man, take that. I'm all over the Cardinals. It's a hype train as usual around this time of year. So they overreacting. And yeah, of course, Clipper, the card not cover. Shit, they might beat them. But definitely the cover, for sure the cover. For sure the cover. So 5.5 against the Cowboys. Like Stephen A always say, accident waiting to happen. Man, please. Don't let that watch the game fool you. Do not let that watch the game fool you. Strength schedule, I think is what, 31 out of 32 teams?
I'm not sure, but it's not ranked very high.
Yeah. All that bullshit ends. The Cardinals gonna cover. So I guess I my bad. I went into all that. What I should have said was my official play Cardinals plus 5.5.
Cards.
I could have saved y'all. I could have saved y'all niggas like 45 seconds.
45 seconds of rants, right?
Yeah, just rants.
Detroit beat the Cards. Don't forget Stormer. Detroit beat the Cards. Don't forget. Yeah, and I'm not going to forget Stormer. That's exactly what I was going to go into. But
what does that mean, though?
Well, it's not for me personally. It's not the fact.
Man, you talked about that before.
Right, I told you, both got a little respect for it, probably more than the average respect fan for Detroit. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. For me, it's not necessarily that the Detroit beat the Cardinals. It's the fact that they're on a 3-game losing streak. Now, hey, I granted the Rams, the Lions, and Indy is nothing to sneeze at. Those are 3 respectable teams to lose to. However, it's the way they lost to those teams.
They got dominated by Detroit.
They got dominated. So if you look now, I will say, okay, we can say that was when Kyler Murray first came back. So, you know, he wasn't quite the healthiest. No, y'all from Houston, you got down right, Monk. We from H-Town, so you know. But we got, you know, the Cardinals are like the Texans West, and then Kyler Murray from Texas. So, you know. But however, and we hate the Cowboys being that we're from Houston, but shit, don't get it twisted. It is a lot of Cowboy fans in fucking Houston, Texas. Please believe it. But I'm not biased and I'm no hater. So, you know, my money is never biased. I'll tell you I hate the Cowboys, but I don't hate the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboy fans. It's not really the Cowboys for me personally. My money is unbiased. I really don't have teams I root for. I pull for the Houston team because I'm from Houston.
That's the
entire Houston teams. Period.
That's the whole thing. It's not. Yeah. This is what Cowboys fans have to realize.
Hold on, man. That's gonna be the rant for the end of for open mic, man. Before we get into.
Well, it's just to piggyback on what you said. I'm gonna make this statement and then I'm gonna stop and
go ahead. You good?
Cowboys fans have to realize we don't. So-called Cowboy haters, it's not that we hate the organization. It's you guys.
Yeah. It's definitely the fans.
And the things y'all say. And I'm gonna bring up a couple of comments. I got some screenshots too and shit that I'll show.
Yeah, they just be out of control. You know,
out of control
statements. But you know, hey, fan is short for fanatic. So you know, I'm not mad at y'all. Root for your boys. But so. Back to what I was saying, though, it's the way the Cardinals lost those games. And I don't like betting on teams that are due for a win. That's my problem. However, I don't know how much the Cowboys even care about winning right now. Like, the division is locked up. Are they going to jump the Packers for the number 1 seed? I don't think so. So that's what kind of makes this game tough for me.
They got to play the Packers, don't they?
No, I don't know if they play the Packers. I have to look at the schedule. It's only 2 games left, and one of those games is a division opponent. So,
okay.
And I don't think their division played the NFC North division. So they're probably going to play. I gotta see what division they played, but I don't think it was the Packers division. I'm taking the boys minus the 5.5. I just think the Cardinals got issues. I don't think that they're really the boys are 5.5 points better than the Cardinals, but I think they are right now. Until whatever is going on with the Cardinals get fixed. Dre coming back, I think he's supposed to be playing this week. He wasn't listed on the injury report. Obviously, that should help. But that defensive line for the Cowboys, that shit is the truth, though. That D. Lawrence and Gregory and then number 11. I don't even call him by his name. I just call him number 11. Number 11 is the motherfucking truth. I don't know if he the next LT and all that shit. I'm not going to go that far personally. I'm too young. I'm too young to have seen
say that open mic.
So, yeah. I'm not going there. That's why that's what people are saying.
That's one I know.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there because I've never had the pleasure of seeing LT play. I just seen highlights, you know what I'm saying? But what I will say is that defensive line and that motherfucking number 11 is the motherfucking truth, though. He is that. I'm not going to say what he, is he going to be a legend and all that shit? Nah, but he definitely defensive rookie of the year. Probably should get some conversation for MVP. I don't know if he should win it, but his name should be in the conversation. That man
MVP or defensive player of the year.
Oh, I think defensive player of the year is already wrapped up. You can give him that now. But MVP, I think he should be in the conversation.
You got guys like Cup and Taylor.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you talking about the rookie.
I'm talking about Jonathan Taylor and Cup, the receivers.
Yeah, I said defensive rookie. I didn't say rookie of the year. I said defensive rookie.
No, I'm talking about you said you said MVP,
defensive MVP.
Oh, okay.
No, I said defensive rookie of the year. He should have.
But I'm saying that's the defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I said he should be in the conversation. I don't know if he should win it or not, but I think his name should be.
But when you say MVP, normally because normally that shit goes to the offensive players.
Right. That's why I say defensive MVP. I'm not talking about his name should be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, defensive MVP,
Yeah,
which is known as Defensive Player of the Year. That's where I got confused at.
Okay, yeah. No,
I thought you was like MVP, like
no, hell no. They're going to give that to a quarterback more than likely, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady.
Probably so, and I don't think they should. I think
but you know that's what they do. So anyway, though, I'm on the Cowboys -5 here. I just think the Cardinals got too many issues to get worked out. Until I see them worked out, I can't back them. I'm not letting that Washington game fool me on the Cowboys. That's just one game, but even over their last 5 games, they've been playing pretty good, and that damn defense has been dominating. You know, Giants 21-6, Washington 27-7 before the blowout, and then New Orleans, even though they didn't have a quarterback, 27-17. So, and those all games were on the road. That was the game back home. So,
Giants.
Giants. I mean, you know, the competition wasn't the greatest. The same thing I said about the Dolphins. You can't do nothing but play who's on the schedule. So,
I agree with
business, that. Then I got to give you credit for taking care of your business and all on the road. So, I can't knock them.
It's levels to it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I completely agree. I agree with that. I just can't trust what I've seen from the Cardinals on the road right now. Like even with their wins, they lose to Indy, Detroit, Rams. All right, but even they win Chicago and Seattle. I can't get excited about that. Chicago and Seattle, because you beat us Fields, a rookie, and then you beat us Seattle. I think that was Russ' first game back, or his finger wasn't even all the way healed if he was completely back. But over their they got 3? They won 3 out of their last 5 games. And the competition wasn't the stiffest neither. It was better than Dallas. Give them credit for that. But and then on top of
it doesn't take that much to be better than Dallas's competition with the strength of schedule being 31 out of 32.
I agree with that as well. But you know, addition to with the injuries, boys coming off injury, I don't know how they gonna play yet. And then this is just.
Hey, I want y'all in the comment section, the Cowboys fans, please give it to me in the comment section. Talk shit about
both everybody on the Cardinals in the comments. To be honest with you,
I'm talking to the Cowboys fans though. Talk shit about me, call me a hater, all that. I want to read that after the show.
Yeah, they play the Eagles next week. I knew that much. It was the division game. Clemson about to start. I put I don't know if boys seen my Twitter, but I said I'm putting the house on Clemson. I already made that bet earlier, like Clemson money line. I'm all over that. If I lose, I lose, but I'm all over that. All the teams they beat weren't good. Yes, James. I mean, you know, shit. You got to play who on the schedule. Mikey said the same thing. Any locks for the weekend? Any locks for the weekend? Come on, college? You talking about? What you talking about? I don't know. NFL? It's never a lock in NFL, hell. Unless you know a nigga playing with COVID or some shit like that. Other than that, ain't no locks in the NFL. Next game we got on the docket is the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins and them. They going on the road to take on that bad man, Aaron Rodgers and them. And that line is at the Packers -7. The total is at the 47. Let's look at the injury and COVID report real quick. See what I got on that aspect. For the Minnesota Vikings, we got COVID we got Jones, the DN. He's COVID related. Is questionable though, and then that's the only person from COVID. But you got Thielen. He hurt his ankle. He's been out for the season. You got Jones. I said that with COVID, and then that's pretty much it. Everybody else has been on IR beforehand. Then for the Packers, the tight end Lewis. He's COVID related, so he's questionable. Also, we got Burks, the linebacker. He's COVID related. That's questionable. And then Rodgers, the receiver, is questionable, COVID related. Now, just the natural injuries, we got Bekatari, that's the tackle. He's questionable with an ACL injury. We also have Turner, the guard. He's questionable. Shit. And then you have, that's it for that's all for the Packers. And on the Minnesota side of I did Minnesota, I'm tripping. All right, a couple actual and factuals. Minnesota, They're 5-10 ATS in their last 5 games. Last 15 games when playing on the road against the Packers. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC North, NFC North tripping. And they're 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games played in the month of January. Total's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC conference. Also gone over in 8 of their last 10 games on the road and over in 5 of their last 6 games. The Packers 11-3 ATS in their last 14 games. 12-2 straight up in their last 14 games. 7-0 straight up in their last 7 games at home. 10-5. That's your boy birthday. 10-5. ATS in their last 15 games when playing at home against Minnesota. 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games this season. 8-1 ATS in the last 9 games against an opponent from the AFC conference, and the total is going over in 8 of their last 10 games against an opponent from the NFC North. Over in 9 of the last 9 games played in the month of January, which means around playoff time they start hitting that stride. Over in 4 out of the last 5 games. Mikey, Minnesota, your boy Cousins and them. They going on the road +7 in Wisconsin. Totals at 47. What you got for me?
I got 2 plays for this one. First play is the over. I think the first time these 2 teams played, I think Minnesota actually did win, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
What was the score?
I have to look that up.
I gotta look it up. I'm going off the dome. I thought that they won the game.
Maybe.
But I'll proceed while you look it up. But I do know that I think they combined for like 65. It was like they combined for over like 60 points. If I remember correctly, I think it was like a high scoring game. So I'm gonna take the over. Also, Packers, Vikings, old NFC, Norris division rivalry or showdown, however you want to put it. So I think the Vikings will be able to cover. Obviously the Vikings, the problems that they do have is their lack of consistency. But I think they'll do enough to cover 7 points. That's a lot of points for a divisional game. That's a lot of points. And so I love the weapons that the Vikings have. And they always gonna come to play. Of course, you got that bad man over there, Aaron Rodgers, so he gonna bring it regardless. But I think this game is gonna be really competitive. Anytime I see 7 points, I'm like, you must be telling me that they probably gonna win by double digits almost. When I see that line. So I think it's gonna be real competitive. And it might be one of those type of games that come down maybe like to the last possession or something like that. So I gotta take the Vikings plus the points. So my 2 plays are, the first one is the over, and the second one is Vikings +7 on the road at Green Bay.
I got you, James. I can't tell you what to do, Papa. I can tell you that I'm taking Clemson on the money line. I'm all in. That's all I can tell you, dog. So I can tell you, I like Clemson. I don't think Hall is playing tonight. That's the running back for Iowa State, and he is Mr. Everything for Iowa State. So I like Clemson, big dog.
Ain't he getting ready for the NFL or something?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
At least to the best of my knowledge.
I think that's why he's not playing.
That's what I remember from capping that game when we did it. When me and Coach did the NFL show, that's what I remember, is that he is not playing because he's getting ready for the league, which can't blame that boy. Even though it's different now that you can make money in college, I don't know if sometimes it might be better to go and get that education and get that degree. But in his case, he got a lot of money to make, so that's different. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up this Vikings score. I can't believe I don't know that. I should know that. Yeah, they lost 34-31 at Minnesota. So
yeah, I remember. Packers lost.
Packers lost 34-31 at Minnesota.
Yeah. I thought Yeah, but anyway,
So, and pretty much, Mikey, I agree with a lot of everything you said. Like for a divisional game, 7 points is a lot of points. And like you said, the Vikings beat them, even though the Vikings was at home, 34-31, high scoring game. Within the field goal, they lost by field goal. So this is a revenge game for the Packers, and the Packers have been absolutely balling lately, especially at home. I don't know if nobody know this, but they're 7-0 at home. I personally expect that streak to continue, but I don't know if they can keep them to 7, cover a 7. Like the Vikings offense is going to score. They're explosive. Jefferson is actually trying to he broke the record already, but I know when he broke that record, I was watching that game. He told they were talking about his goals he had for the season. It was like 2,000 yards, X amount of TD. He close to both of those. He got one of them the yards. He's close to the TDs, and plus that offense can move the ball. Kirk Cousins' problem is he blows it at the end of games, and he blows it on big games. So I expect another high scoring game. I'm taking the over personally, over 47. Keep an eye out on the weather though. It is that time. Because if it's snowing, I might change that play. Keep an eye on my Twitter. If I don't post nothing on it, I'm still on it. It's an official play over 47. But I expect both these teams to put up some points. Definitely a revenge spot. That's why I said. But it's just 7 is just too much. To me, it's either take the points or stay away. I don't think I can back -7. Keep in mind, Baker Mayfield and the Browns covered a 6 last week on a short week in Green Bay. And that's why that was one of my losses. I took the Packers -7 last week, so I'll be down if I do it again. Maybe I'm a little gun shy on the Packers. But 7 in a division game in which they lost the last game. So, I mean, it's not like they don't know how to score on them. So, and the Packers' strength is not necessarily their defense, especially their run game. I didn't see Cook on the injury report, so I know the Vikings can run on them. And Jefferson is going to get his. There hasn't been a game where he hasn't gotten his. So, if you're taking the Packers, man, you must go be parlaying it. I tease that shit down or something if you can get it under a field goal, but I wouldn't. I don't know. That's just me. Like I said, maybe I'm gun shy. I'll money line it on the parlay, like James said right here. But that 7, that's a little too much for me. Yeah, it's either a pass. I like the total though. I definitely like the over the total. The last game got to 64. I don't expect it to get that high, but 47 is not high for these teams. So we're talking 24-27. Get us over that total. 24-28, somewhere along those lines. So I like the over. Mikey likes the Vikings plus those points, and we'll keep it going. Let's see. The next game we got on the docket. I like this game. I like this matchup. We got the Chiefs, one of the other hottest teams in football right now. That people seem like they've forgotten about against the Bengals. This is one of Mikey teams. Mikey put me on the Bengals a couple years ago. On the Bengals are our home dogs. The line is at the Bengals plus 5.5. The total is at 50 on the nose. Let's go look at the injury / COVID report, as I've been calling it, real quick. And we're going to start out with the Bengals. We're going to start out with the Chiefs. Let me get to it real quick. All right, the Chiefs, they have COVID-wise, Kelsey, he's COVID, but he's been upgraded to probable. So keep an eye on this shit before y'all make these bets on Sunday, because today's just Wednesday. So keep an eye on that. This is Brothers and Bets. Appreciate y'all. Everybody like, comment, and subscribe. Also with COVID is Niang, the tackle, but he's been upgraded to probable. And then Bolton has COVID, the linebacker, but he's been updated to probable. Just plain old injury report. Tyrann Mathieu, he left the last game. He's questionable. He got a quad injury, so he's questionable. And that's going to be it for the Chiefs. On the Bengals side, so I guess Jones came back. I think he played last week, though. On the Bengals side, COVID, Pratt, the linebacker, he's questionable. Wilson, the other linebacker, he's questionable. He has a shoulder injury. And then Kareem, he's questionable. He had a concussion. Then for the actual factuals, the Chiefs, the 6-0 ATS in their last 6 games, 8-0 straight up in the last 8 games, 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games against Cincinnati, 14-3 straight up in the last 17 games on the road, 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games when playing on the road against Cincinnati, and 5-0 ATS in their last 5 games this season, 5-0 ATS in the last 5 games against an opponent from the AFC Conference. The totals, they've gone over in 6 of Kansas City last 8 games against an opponent from the AFC North Division, over in 4 of their last 6 games. The Bengals, they're 4-2 ATS in their last 6, 4-2 straight up in their last 6. God damn it. 4-2 straight up in their last 6, 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games when playing at home against Kansas City. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against an opponent from the American Football Conference, and their totals has gone under in 4 of the last 5 games against an opponent from the AFC West, over in 4 of their last 5 games at home, but under in 9 of the last 11 against Kansas City, but over in 6 of the last 9. Mikey, Hova, Chiefs on the road at the Bengals, home dog. Bengals are plus 5.5. The total is at 50. What you got for the people?
Bengals home dog.
The Bengals are home dogs.
They done lost their damn mind. They done lost their damn minds, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. Bengals all day to cover. Also, I would recommend the over. Both these teams have explosive offenses, and I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of y'all might disagree. When I say explosive offenses, I would take the Bengals offense over the Chiefs offense. Very, very balanced attack, multiple weapons. You can't double anybody because if you do, they have other people that can get open too. Burrow hot. They got the run game going. They defense is straight. So I'm gonna take them. To be honest with you, I really think the Bengals can beat them. So I definitely wouldn't be surprised. But since they are the underdog at home, give me them points. I'm gonna take the points. Bengals plus 5.5. If you're an over/under person, I would definitely recommend the over. You might mess around and damn near be at 35, 38 points in the first half. So take the over and take the Bengals plus 5.5. I don't even know, like, what are these odd makers doing, because they must have like a intern or somebody making these lines this week.
My bad. Well, the Chiefs have won 5 in a row. So, no, excuse me. They might have won like 6 or 7 in a row. But they're hot right now. So that's definitely part of the reason, anyway, that that they're favored by as much. And, they're the Chiefs. So that's definitely another reason why that they're favored.
They are the Chiefs. However, people need to watch the games.
And the Bengals are definitely – look, I've taken the Bengals a lot this season. They are one of the more inconsistent teams in the NFL. But that's what happens when you get a young team that they are. The quarterback is young. The best receiver is young. And their leading running back, Mixon, he's not old, but, he's like middle. He's in the middle.
All of them young. The entire team is young.
There you go. Making my point even more. They're super inconsistent. However, I personally believe that they're going to be up for this game. This is their Super Bowl. This is the measuring stick. The Chiefs are coming into town. Patrick Mahomes, $500 million man quarterback. So they're going to be up for this game. And as well as the Chiefs are playing, they're just not. I'm looking at the schedule. You got Dallas 19-9, a Denver victory and a Las Vegas Raiders victory and tough overtime win against the Chargers. Give them credit for that. And then a blowout against Pittsburgh in their last 5. So it's not like the stiffest competition. The Bengals, they've won 3 out of their last 5, but their 2 losses coming through a stiff Charger team, like I just said, and then a San Francisco for another team that's been playing pretty goddamn good. I think they're 5-2 over their last 7 games. Both of these teams are giving up around 20 points a game. Bengals giving up 21. Both of these teams are scoring 27 for the Bengals, 28 for the Chiefs. Joe Burrow coming off probably his best game of his career, threw for I think 500 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Ravens.
He threw for 527,
right,
which
500 yards.
tied. I think that tied Warren Moon. I remember watching that game. Quick history lesson. I remember watching that game as a little kid when Warren Moon went in the Arrowhead and threw for 527 yards. One spot behind the person that has the record 554 yards, Norm Van Brocklin. So that was quite an accomplishment what Burrow did.
Yeah, great accomplishment. And with that being said, I think the Chiefs, I don't know. I think this will be a tight game because I think the Bengals will be up. I think we'll get the best version of the Bengals that we will get. Somebody asked me in the chat, is 95 playing Aaron Jones? I don't know if it's Aaron Jones, Chandler Jones. I don't know. Jones.
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones. There we go. I know it was a C. Chris Jones. Jones is playing. He wasn't listed on the injury report, but like I said, man, with COVID and everything going on, check that shit on Sunday. He wasn't listed on any of the sites that I fuck with on the injury report. Didn't see him. I think he came back last week because he was injured. But I'm on the Bengals plus the 5.5. I just think it's too many points. I think the Bengals are going to be up for this game. I actually like them early, especially with Kelsey being questionable for that COVID. Like I said, keep an eye on that. But the Chiefs are rolling right now, guys. Like they are. They've won like 7 straight. So I don't know if the Bengals, I'm not as confident as Mikey is they can pull something out. Like I'm not going to spring nothing on that money line. But I do like them to cover this 5.5. If I do take the money line, I'll do something early, like first half, because I just think the energy and intensity on the Bengals side is going to be so fucking hyped up. Burrow coming off his best game. I think Mixon leads the NFL in yards after contact, so he's really good after first contact breaking tackles. I like the Bengals here, the 5.5. I'm all over it, but like I said, one of the more inconsistent teams in the league. So be weary. Check the fucking injury
They need to give
report.
Zach Taylor an extension too.
Check the fucking injury report because
The head coach needs an extension. Just letting y'all know.
like I said, y'all check that injury report because COVID and shit got shit fucked up. So, all right, that's damn, is that it? Yeah. Oh, we missing a game because they didn't have the lines for the Colts Raiders game up yet, so I could do that game. So we only got 2 games left. So other Sunday night game or Sunday game rather, we got the Rams. They're going on the road to take on the Ravens in Baltimore. The line is at the Ravens -3.5. The total is at 46. Let me get to this injury report real quick because the Ravens.
Yeah, please do so because
got shit going on.
Ravens -3.5.
Rams had COVID, been having COVID issues.
Yeah, they gotta have COVID issues for this line to be like that.
Quarterback issues. All right, the Rams, there's a lot of shit going on. Cornerback Rochelle, COVID, questionable. Also, we got Akers, the running back. He's Achilles, he's questionable. We have Havenstein, the tackle. He's COVID, he's questionable. Then for the Baltimore side, we got the cornerback, Jimmy Smith, questionable with COVID. Linebacker McPhee, COVID. We got a whole host of injuries on the defense that's been on IR for all season, including running backs and receivers for Baltimore. Bowser, the other linebacker, COVID, he's probable. Averett, the cornerback, he left the game last week. He's questionable with a chest injury. Lamar Jackson, questionable with an ankle injury. Ricard, the running back, he's questionable with a back injury. Powers, the guard, he's questionable with a foot injury. Duvernay, the receiver, he's questionable with an ankle injury. And Phillips, the guard, is questionable with a knee injury. And the safety, Washington, has COVID. He is probable. Damn. And it's only 3. All right. The Rams, they're 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games, but 1-4 straight up in the last 5 against Baltimore, and 1-4 straight up in the last 5 against Baltimore when playing in Baltimore. 11-4 straight up in their last 15 games on the road. 2-8 in the last 10 against an opponent from the AFC conference, and the total is going over in 4 of their last 5 games, but under in 10 of the last 11 games against an opponent from the AFC North. Baltimore, they're 4-2 ATS in the last 6, but 1-4 straight up in the last 5. 8-2 straight up in the last 10 at home. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 at home against the Rams. 4-2 ATS in the last 6 against an opponent from the NFC, and the total is going under in 6 of the last 6 played in January, under in 6 of the last 7 against an opponent from the NFC West, but over in 7 of the last 10 against the Rams. Mikey, the Rams on the road in Baltimore. Baltimore's home dogs minus plus 3.5. Not minus. Let me correct that real quick. Baltimore.
Okay. I was wondering because I was like
3.5. Yeah, that.
Okay. All right.
That needs to be corrected. It's a mistake on my.
So Lamar's gonna be back, right?
Well, he's questionable.
Okay. So I don't think it.
Sure.
I don't think it matters anyway, just because the type of offense that they run. I mean, it's proven that they can stick some athletic guys in there and still get the job done.
They've been scoring still, but man, they
scored with Humphrey and Johnson, right? I think they had Josh Johnson last game.
Yep, and Humphrey.
I remember him. I think he was from San Diego State or Aztec. But anyway, yeah. So he's a vet, but real athletic guy. So, I'll be honest with y'all. Like this is one of those games where you just say, okay, look, you know what? I'm not gonna even bet it. Because it's too much, and then you don't know if Lamar is gonna start. And I'm not finna give y'all niggas no official prediction because there's a lot of shit. It's a lot of musical chairs and shit going around and everything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stay away from this one.
Got you. I'm taking the Rams. I've been rocking with the Rams for a minute. This is one of the teams that I thought that would be challenging. I really actually picked them to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. At the beginning of the season before everything happened. They started out a little rocky, but I think they've been hitting their stride as of late. They won 4 straight. Something about them on the road, I'm still not quite ready to just completely trust. Stafford still have those fucking games where he throws interceptions and be tripping from time to time. So I'm not 100% ready just to be like, I'm all over this, my giving up points in Jackson in Baltimore, because like you said, they still been playing good regardless of who been their quarterback offensively. They still been able to put up points. However, and the only thing to me that's been fucking Baltimore is really that nigga Harbaugh been tripping at the end of games, going for 2 when they can just tie it up, going to overtime and give yourself a chance to win. But he keep going for 2 and they losing at the last second by like 1 point, 2 points.
He's a gambler.
I'm not mad at him, but damn, you did it twice and y'all lost, bro. Like give yourself a chance. I ain't mad at him, but so with that being said, I'm gonna take the Rams on the money line. Stafford, the only thing I believe he'll get it together. They winners of 4 straight. They just came into Minnesota. Now keep in mind with this, it's another reason I'm taking them on the money line. West Coast team traveling East Coast. So that's always some shit going on with that. If you're looking to take the Ravens, I'll take them early first half. You know what I'm saying? Money line, that might not be a bad play right there. But I'm definitely Rams for the game because of the quarterback situation. And it's just too many injuries going on with the Ravens. And that's affecting Harbaugh decision-making, when to go for it, when to not. Because he know, like, damn, we so banged up. I don't know if we can win in overtime. That's why he's taking those chances. So with that being said, I'm going to take the Rams on the money line. Mikey officially passed. We got one more game to bust down before we get out of here. And let's jump into it right quick because I got some shit I got to take care of. Monday night game, we got the Browns. They going on the road to take on the Steelers, the big divisional game. +3. The Steelers are home dogs. The total is at 41. Let me bust down this injury report real quick. You know, boys got COVID and shit, so niggas is not playing.
Hey, do you have a play for this?
This game?
Because I'm not interested in this game.
All right, so Mikey not interested in this game. I'll read the actual facts real quick. I do have a play on this game.
All right.
But save this time, I feel you. So Clowney for Browns, Clowney, he got COVID. He's upgraded to probable though. Hill, the cornerback, he got COVID. He's upgraded to probable. Hunt, the running back, upgraded to probable. Johnson, the third, the safety, he's questionable. He got a hamstring. McDonald, the tackle, he got COVID. He questionable. The Harrison, the safety, he has COVID. He's upgraded to probable. Forbes, the tackle, he has a knee injury. He's upgraded to probable. Wilson, the linebacker, he has COVID. He's upgraded to probable. Wilson, the junior, the other tackle, he has COVID. He's upgraded to probable. Dale Pitt, the safety, he has COVID. He's also upgraded to probable. They got a lot of COVID shit, and they got a few injuries. Pittsburgh, their injury and banged up too, but nobody as of recent. Fairmount, the tight end, he has a concussion. He's questionable. And the punter, Harvey, the third, is questionable, and Johnson, the linebacker, is questionable. Actual factuals, real quick for the Browns: 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games, 2-4 straight up in their last 6 games, 1-4 ATS in the last 5 games against Pittsburgh, 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games on the road, 1-17 straight up in the last 18 games when playing on the road against Pittsburgh, 3-6 ATS in the last 9 games against an opponent from the AFC Conference. Total's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games and under in 6 of the last 9 games this season. Pitt, 2-4 straight up in their last 6 games, 5-0-1 in the last 6 games at home, 17-1 straight up in the last 18 games when playing at home against Cleveland. Total's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games in January, over in 4 of the last 5 games played in week 17. All right, Mikey, you don't have a play on this game, but your boy do. I'm gonna take Steelers +3 at the crib. I don't trust Baker Mayfield. Never have, never will till he showed me. I'm like Shannon on goddamn First Take or whatever the fuck shit. Undisputed. Tripping. Undisputed. I just don't trust him. He ain't no number 1 quarterback. He ain't shown me shit for me to trust him on the road, especially after the way they played. Even though he played, I guess he brought him back, but they was getting their ass whooped. And he's banged up himself. The Steelers, obviously, they not the Steelers, but they 5-0-1 at home. I rode those same Steelers at home 2 weeks ago when they played the Titans? They got a big win at home not too long ago, but they got that goal line stand. It was on them. They're gonna I like to tip the Steelers again here +3. I'm not gonna be like Big Ben is gonna do this and Big Ben is gonna do that. We all know that. But what we do have in Pittsburgh is we got Tomlin who can outcoach Stefanski, and we got a defense that can confuse Baker Mayfield as long as they can contain the run a little bit. Obviously, we know they're gonna lean on Chubb and he's gonna take that pill. But the Steelers can play some defense. I think they will make it hard on Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna take the +3 on the Steelers, and that is it. That's all we got for y'all, man. That's it. So quick recap. Mikey, this is what I got for you. Let me know if I'm missing anything on your plays thus far. Mikey likes the under in the Dolphins Titan game, under 40. Cardinals +5.5. Vikings +7. Bengals +5.5 at the crib. That look right, my brother?
Yeah, I think I had an over.
Okay, tell me what your over is.
I had an over on the Vikings Packers. Remember, I was talking about when they played earlier, they combined for 65 points.
All right.
So I had the over, but everything else looks pretty good.
And over.
Oh, Chiefs Bengals too. I had that over too.
Chiefs Bengals.
So I had 2 overs.
Over. All right, I got you. All right, as for myself, your boy, I like the Dolphins +3.5, Cowboys -5.5, over 47 in the Vikings and Packers game, Bengals +5.5, Rams money line Steelers plus the 3. Anything else you got? My boy Deontay Johnson for the Steelers went to school with me. My Florida boy making noise. Yes, he is. Hey man, football is Florida, Texas, and Cali. That's the football states. Anybody else?
After that, probably it might be Ohio after that.
I was gonna say Ohio, Big Ten country.
Yeah,
they got some ballers up there.
But other than that, yeah, you're right.
Let's see. Anything else is like a scamper here or there. I know we were supposed to open Mikey, but my bro came through. We got some business to take care of, so can't really open Mikey right now. Feel me? But Mike, you got anything you want to touch on before you jump up out of here?
Nah, man, just everybody be safe. Enjoy your holidays, and I mean it's a lot of action going on. So, one thing I wanted to add before we got off here, just you guys need to make sure that you keep up with the injury updates. You know what I'm saying? Because this COVID is it's really fucking a lot of people up. I mean, of course, health wise, but also from a sports bettor standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to get into a situation where you take a team too early and then you look up and the person is out with COVID. So just kind of be careful with that.
That's a bet for sure. Check those lines the day of before you make those bets. It's a lot of time from here and Sunday. A lot of people that I read to y'all on that COVID list might not be on that same COVID list come Sunday. So check that shit out. As always, man, y'all know what it is. I appreciate y'all boys tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I am your boy Marley Betts. That is the homie Mikey Hova. This is Brothers and Bets. And as always, people, y'all know what it is. Let's beat Vegas. And I'm out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry.